Hey guys, so I just picked up Astroneer on Friday the 16th and I'm starting to love this game, so I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial on how to get started. Seen some questions on forums, so I'm just going to do basic stuff that I do when I first start a new save or new Astroneer. So yeah, let's get to it. Landed on our little planet here, hit tab to get out of your habitat. So you'll first see this blue cord that sticks out of you from your habitat. That's your oxygen. You can also get power through that, but I don't think I'm getting power now. So a lot of things that people will use to get around is tethers. I'll show you how to get those. First you need some compound. So direction. What direction do I go in? You only have so much oxygen, which is this blue bar at the top here. You can also see it when it's down your backpack. And then your power is the yellow bars up in the middle here. So you can only run as far as your oxygen will last. I would run, just looking around here, you have this deposit, which isn't even really mining. You just click on, you just use your tool, you hit the E terrain tool, and you click on the arrows and you get a ton of whatever that element is. That looks to be resin. If I go this way, sometimes they give you these white balls. You just open them up and there'll be a bunch of some kind of material in there. So I'm going to go that way because I think I see compound behind the white balls, and compound gives us tethers. And shift lets you sprint, but I think it might use your oxygen faster. I didn't confirm that. Okay, just walk near it and it pops open. That's cool. So it looks like we got resin and aluminum, which are definitely useful. Resin is very helpful for building your initial base. That's pretty much what you need. And aluminum builds some other things as well. So we got compound here. I'm at 50% oxygen, so I'm going to just hit E and just start going away. As you tear away at the land, it just, you can see the compound building up behind my gun there, and then once it gets to a certain point, it just puts a piece in your backpack. So I'm out of power. I keep running out of power. It keeps self-generating, so I'm going to sit here until, oh, I'm actually almost out of oxygen. So I'm going to try to get back to base before I suffocate. Oh, there's a suffocate symbol. I think I'm going to make it though. Whew, that was close. Alright, so you can hear the oxygen bar going up and you see it going in the back of the backpack. Alright, so we got, if I hit Q and open up my backpack, I got 2 compounds out of that. I got the 1 resin and the 1 aluminum. Oh, and it automatically puts a compound down here because you can make things within your backpack, small things. I can make a little solar panel, which you can attach on your backpack. Your backpack has 2 little connectors at the top here. I'm actually gonna just make a solar one real quick, so my backpack is continually making power, and it automatically put it up there for me on that top spot. You can also make a wind generator, or whatever you want to call it. Wind, yeah, I can't find the word, but you can make that too once we get, I think it's aluminum for wind vane. There we go, the aluminum already went in. So I'll just do that. I'll just make that. I usually don't make that for my backpack, but I'll do it for this video so you can see how that's made. So we got solar and wind. So that'll help my power consumption. So let's go back out to the compound and get some more compound. Now to pull from the terrain, you just hit left click. It's pretty simple. Okay, I'm gonna head back because I don't want to suffocate this time. So let's see, since I know this is resin, I'm going to go get it next, but usually if you don't have resin close by, and you do have compound, you can make tethers. So I'll just quickly show an example of how to do the tethers. So we'll go through here, there's tethers, use a compound. And it gives you about, what, 11 tethers. So they're just sitting in the backpack. So all you have to do, and it tells you, you just hit the T button. So usually you want to maximize your line. So right about here is where the tether line can go to. So you just left click, hit T again, pulls one out, and then it won't make it until you actually click. So I have oxygen right now, and I can just pull this resin, which I believe it is. It looks like resin. And I'll still be getting oxygen. Okay, looks like I've outused that station for now. So because this is a new save, it gives me pointers like this. And now that we have a lot of resin, I can start expanding. So you click that, and now it's asking for a resin. So hit Q, put a resin on there. And you'll see it makes 2 plugs there. Now, a common mistake I made on my first save, or my first Astroneer, was I immediately put 2 resin in there because it was asking for it. But what happens is then that makes a base. It makes a, what do you call, you can make a printer, you can make a smelter, you can make a vehicle factory. The problem with that is you need power to fuel all these things that you build. So it's good to have these little 2-pronger areas for a bigger solar panel and a bigger wind turbine, which you can make once you get the printer. They'll be bigger than the ones on my backpack. So I usually make one of those 2-prongers, and then instead of filling that in with 2 resin, I am going to click the little extender here, and then we're going to put resin in that guy. So I kind of have a little, you know, hallway of plugs here. Now since it's early on, I'm just going to make, I'm going to start making buildings because I can't, I'm low on resin, and actually I only have 1. So that was kind of silly, but I like to keep it organized and have some kind of power spot. So I'm going to have to go find more resin. Looks like my tether already disconnected there. So let's go out and explore for more resin. I can keep running this tether line out, or I can just explore a little bit, and then when I think I see stuff, then start, boom, put my tether out that way. Just because I started this one, I'm gonna keep it going. I like to go towards the mountains because there's usually caves out there. But I think I see a mountain over here, so we'll just try that since we already started going this way. I might make a second line of tethers. Oh, and that is a Windstorm. So as soon as you see that or hear that, you gotta get in your habitat because boulders will be flying and you will be killed. Okay, so the windstorm has passed. Now we can safely leave our habitat. Continue down our tether line. The other good thing I just noticed about this path, there's another set of white balls out there, so that's guaranteed some elements. And there's also, and this is what's big in this game, some wreckage. Looks like I'm out of tethers, but I think I'm far enough out that I can get back pretty easily. So this wreckage has things you can take back to a research facility. Research facility is, oh great, here's resin, so we'll use that. And in the research facility, you can take back items, and it'll allow you to build more buildings that you don't normally have. So organic and copper. I'm gonna take the copper. Organic is for burning in a generator. I don't really use that much. I'll just throw it in for now, but I probably won't use it for a while. So you can see there's items here. You'll see these big circular cylindrical things, and these are what you want. You have to clear the land, and then you'll see it drops like that, and that's when it's selectable. So you put away your gun, and you hold on to it. You run a lot slower when you're carrying stuff, and since I'm low on oxygen, I'm just going to drop it for now, get to my tethered line. And I'm suffocating, but I should be okay. There we go. So once I get back on oxygen, we'll get some resin and some research. Thing I'm gonna do. First collect resin, backpack. As much as we can. Okay, so you can see I dropped one. That means my backpack is full. Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Come back for it. I'll grab this guy, and I literally just click on it, and you don't have to hold click. You just left click it to pick it up, and then it's just kind of in the air. It's kind of hard to run with these things. This game is still pretty much alpha, so you got to give it some slack, obviously. But it's a great game. I'm already loving it. So I'm just going to drop this here for now. Once we get a research facility, we can throw it in there. So let's get our resin in there. So we have a few options right off the bat in this game. We have the printer, research center, smelter, and vehicle bay. We have those four. I haven't maximized or figured out exactly what is the best thing to start out yet with. I know the smelter is pretty good to have because they seem to start you with certain elements around you. Like sometimes I'll have a lot of copper around me, or I'll have a lot of aluminum. So it's good to have it so you can... Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's the trade bay, which we don't have yet. You need the smelter for aluminum and copper to change, because it's just ore it's called, and then it's like malachite, and then you change it to copper ore, or copper. So you need the smelter to be able to use copper or aluminum for building anything. Vehicle bay just makes rovers and trucks and shuttles, things like that. Printer makes like just pretty much any common item, like a big solar panel, a wind turbine, batteries, which are very handy, just a bunch of stuff. Bigger storage units, which bigger storage units you can stick, it'll have 8 spots that you can stick on a 2-pronger like this. And then back to research, which when you throw items like this on, it gives you more things to build and more things like this, like a trade bay, which we'll see later on. I'm going to make let's start with the printer. I like the printer. So to make the printer, it's asking for copper. We don't have copper. But to make, okay, so this makes sense. To even get to copper, I'm gonna need the smelter. So I'm gonna actually start with the smelter, and you just need compound for that. So let's go with that. Got 2 compounds here, perfect. And then this button appears. Just click that guy. Boom, we have a smelter with no power. So to get power, what I normally do is sometimes I'll take the little solar panel off my back here and throw it on there during the day, or you can throw a wind turbine on there at night. Do I have enough compound to make one of its own? I'm just going to take it off my backpack because it's not really necessary on the backpack. Let's see if it goes at night. If it charges. If it starts charging, you'll see these black bars here. That's your power. You need that power all the way up. All those bars need to be yellow. So we have no power. So we'll just let that sit. And, so if wind comes by, that'll go. Or during the day, I can throw the solar panel on it. So I'm going to extend out this guy with some resin. Okay, so we got to extend it out. Let's see how many resin do I have. I'm actually going to start organizing this right, so I'm going to do 2 more resins, just so I have a, kind of like a nice little... Oh wait. I did it again. I always do that. You put 2 in, it makes the device. I wanted to make another 2-pronger like that, so I could have more spots for a solar panel or wind tunnel or wind turbine. Because you run out of options if you keep doing these. You can't extend it out as much. So I like to have a long line, a couple line of these 2-prongers to have a hub. All right, so I want copper because we want to make a printer, and to get copper we need malachite. So, and it also wouldn't hurt to get some resin, so we can get a research center in here for this guy. So copper is the #1 thing, along with resin. Resin's always important early on. So let's just follow where we already started exploring, since we got these tethers. Do I have any compound? I do. I'm going to make another set of tethers. These mountains are far. Probably shouldn't have gone this way. Let's keep going. Actually, you know what? Is there compound that way? No, I'm going to keep going. I've already invested this far. So let's see how far we can get. Oops. And as you're clicking, you have to make sure the blue line is still attached or it won't keep the line going. Let's get some resin while we're out here. Okay, instead of just dropping the resin, I'm going to start building more real quick. Extend this guy out and try to make a an actual hallway of plugs here. Alright, I'm not going to put 2 resin in. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do 1 more. And put this guy here. There we go. Alright, so now we got 2 of those plugs. So now that it extends out our base a little bit more, now I'll put a machine out here. This guy will be the research center. We need 2 compound, which I don't have. But what you do once the research center is built, you just drop this guy in the middle of this thing here, and you'll start unlocking things. It's pretty cool. That'll conclude part 1 of my Astroneer intro. But please continue to watch part 2 in the Queasy Gaming channel. Thanks for stopping by.